Hey everyone, Palantir is making excellent progress in developing its artificial intelligence technology for enterprises worldwide. But what is Palantir's competitive advantage? What is its strategy difference compared to other AI rivals? That's what we'll dive deeply into in this video. According to management from Palantir is going to give us great insights into their strategy. And by the end of this video, we'll know a lot more about Palantir's competitive advantage and why it believes it's winning in the AI race.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
So the idea for this video came from a question that was asked by a shareholder to Palantir's management team. That shareholder asked, how does your AI strategy differ from your competitors? And management really gave an excellent response here and elaborated deeply into this question. And so the first answer comes from Palantir's CTO and executive vice president, and then the CEO Alexander Karp is going to chime in and elaborate on that. And we're going to get two really good perspectives here. So starting with the CTO, who says that they're executing their strategy at an unrelenting pace. And that's important because a lot of companies may have this complex and diverse strategy that's all encompassing that might lead to these massive gains and all that, but they're not executing. They're not executing. Execution is a lot more challenging than having a complex strategy. We can all make great plans. The difficulty is in executing on those plans. And that's one competitive advantage that Palantir is highlighting here, saying that, you know, let's just start with the fact that we're executing on our plan relentlessly. We're making great progress. We're executing really well. So right now they say the real opportunity for us is that people are using large language models incorrectly in the enterprise. So they're taking these large language models like ChatGPT and they're not utilizing it effectively in the enterprise. And that's where Palantir feels it steps in and it makes a big improvement in how companies utilize this powerful tool. And he goes on to say that, and as far as I can tell, we're really the only company to figure out how to help our customers get beyond chat. And they go on to say that they're taking unstructured inputs and turning them into structured actions and outputs that drive economic value in the enterprise. And if you just step back for a moment and think about an enterprise, think about a business, they have so many different formats of data that come from all different parts of its business that are in different silos, right? You could think of the email communications that come in for a business. You could think of the phone calls that come into customer service, the emails that come into customer service, the people that walk into the physical stores, if that's what the business offers, the people that download the app, the interactions with the app, all these different various forms of data that a business has, it's all inputs. And that input could be tremendously valuable if it could be brought together and in cohesion give you an output, give you an actionable outcome to tell you, you know, 78% of your customers are having trouble with this one issue. And as a manager of the business, when you see that, you can say, oh, okay, I can make a move to focus on this area. But if you don't have all the different inputs coming all together, you may not identify that as such a big problem because some of those problems are coming through customer service. Some of them are coming through people walking into the store and complaining and making returns. Some of it might be coming through the chat bot. Some of it might be coming through the app. And so it's not structured in a way that you can derive any actionable insight from it. And that's where Palantir says we come in and we take all of these inputs that they're all unstructured different formats, different categories, different departments. We bring it all together and we give you an output that can drive economic value for the enterprise, an output that can make an improvement in the business in terms of revenue, profit, cash flow, or de-risking. And that's really where the value lies in Palantir. So in commercial, they're doing a build with AIP, which they are releasing a slew of tutorials, quick starts, and reference implementations that are going to help turn every customer, every user into a builder to unlock the potential of what they can harness on top of AIP. So that will help businesses implement the capabilities of Palantir. Right now, I feel the difficulty for Palantir is it has this great capability, but that great capability is not accessible for the vast majority of businesses in the world. It's not accessible. It's either too expensive or too complex or too difficult, too time consuming to implement for the majority of businesses in the world. That's why you see Palantir has relatively few, it has less than 1,000 business customers. And you could think of how many millions of businesses there are in the world. So this strategy here is one way, one little area where Palantir aims to unlock a greater opportunity and create a greater competitive advantage. All right, so now let's see the main event. The CEO, Alex Karp, chiming into the question on competition, and he's being as blunt as ever, just coming straight out and saying, I don't believe we have any competitors. So forget about competitive advantage. We don't even have any competitors. Okay, so just coming right out. But then he goes on to explain why they have an advantage. So, and goes, that's why he says the reason Ukraine and Israel bought our product, because we don't have any competitors. It's only us. And so when you really need the best, you just come to us. There is no one else. So it goes on to say that you have a lot of people running around saying that the data isn't ready, meaning it hasn't been formatted, it hasn't been cleaned in order to prepare for analysis. Of course it's not ready because they don't have Foundry. But if you have Foundry, which Palantir has, and Ontology, which Palantir has, it is ready. So our products make the data ready. If you have Foundry, Ontology, and Apollo, you can actually work at the edge. If you don't, you can't. Outside of America, we would still have to convince people of this. Inside of America, we're not really convincing people. We have the only thing that works. We're showing up, we're showing it working, and we're saying this is what it costs, and it's working really well. So the CEO is saying that we don't really have any competition. We just show up to a business, we show them what our product can do, and we tell them how much it costs, and they all buy it. Right? Outside of America, he says that's not the case. Outside of America, people are not convinced yet. We still have to convince them of the effectiveness of our product. But inside of America, it's a no-brainer. We just go in, we show them what we can do, and people buy it. So there it is, just coming out and saying it. So really interesting stuff here from Palantir, describing what their competitive advantage is and how they plan to win in artificial intelligence. If you liked the video you just saw and you want to see more just like it, please subscribe to the channel. I can't keep this channel free without the support of viewers like you. And if you're already subscribed, thank you, and I appreciate your support.